The catalog course description for PA 619 says, exploration of the diversity challenges facing organizations as they pursue their missions. Topics include theories of diversity, its benefits and challenges, legal, managerial, and ethical obligations. So far in this class, we focused on understanding the issues of diversity, what it is, what the law is, and other descriptive issues. But now we're going to get to the management side, or the prescriptive part. We want to look at how diversity impacts organizational performance and how organizations and individual managers can best manage diversity. Note, your final project is to develop a diversity management plan. So the readings for this week in this mini lecture are critically important. You need to use these readings and lectures as guidance for developing your plan. Take notes on what you want to remember so you can include the information in your plan. Let's look first at that phrase, managing diversity, or managing a diverse workforce. What does that really mean? To manage implies that a manager does some things, either to make things better or to avoid problems. To manage means some kind of activity related to the workplace. You don't manage without doing something, and that something is meant to achieve goals. There are several management goals that might come under this category of managing diversity. And that means things you might include in a diversity management plan. The following are mine. And let me emphasize there's others. This is not the only way to pursue this. Anyhow, my goals would be to, 1, comply with the law, 2, to address and reduce complaints, 3, reduce conflict, 4, increase productivity, and 5, increase diversity if necessary, and usually through an affirmative action plan. And finally, strengthen democracy through representational bureaucracy. Let's go through each of these. My first goal was complying with the law. We have already reviewed various laws and policies that public managers should be familiar with. The first obligation of public managers is to know what the law requires and what it prohibits. How does that happen? There must be an effort to communicate the most important legal requirements to everyone in the organization. And additionally, there must be an effort to communicate certain laws to managers and supervisors. Policies have to be known to be followed. You've already reviewed a large amount of legal requirements, so now you got to consider which ones should be communicated to all employees. What needs to be remembered by everyone? What do only supervisors need to know? What does top management need to know? How and where and how often should that communication or training take place? Some common ways to communicate, but by no means the only ways, include posters on the wall of non-discrimination policies, websites, brochures, agency personnel manuals, briefings, trainings that are on the law and regulations. And everyone, all employees, should be really clear about who to ask if they have questions. Everyone should know who to consult if they have issues. And there should be a clear and easy and safe process for employees to get answers. My second point was increasing productivity. The research on diversity and productivity show that increased diversity can make an organization more effective if employee interactions are managed well. But it can also cause conflict, stress, and division if they're not managed well. Conflict is challenging. It always is. The fact is that we tend to get along better with people who are like us, who share our values and beliefs and practices, who talk and act and look like us. There's less disagreement about norms. We get along better with people like us, but we aren't necessarily more effective at our jobs. We don't come up with as many innovative ideas when we all see things the same way. Groupthink is the concept that people who are mostly the same tend to come up with similar approaches to issues. Groupthink is not creative or innovative. And to the extent that productivity is influenced by innovation, development of new ideas, adjusting to new conditions, a diverse workforce, managed well, tends to produce more and better ideas. Diversity increases productivity just as it strengthens a biological species. Inbreeding causes weakness because it has difficulty responding to environmental changes. But differences may cause fear and resentment and misunderstandings and conflict, and we need to confront this directly. We need to find ways to address those fears and misunderstandings without saying that this or that person or group is right or wrong. The best way to do this is to train employees, particularly supervisors, to understand different ways of communications, different ways of learning, different cultural practices, and how such differences can be leveraged for innovation. This approach doesn't advocate one group over another, but merely seeks to understand the differences and to be open to alternative ways of doing things, and to communicate more effectively with different kinds of people. Managers or supervisors first need to understand that diversity can bring out new and different approaches to problems. They need to see that those differences can be positive and stimulate creativity. They need training to recognize those differences and not just react to them, and be able to integrate them and their innovative capacity into work activities. They need to learn sensitivity and objectivity to encourage this exchange of diverse ideas. This isn't something that just comes naturally.